destroy us. It's okay as long as we believe we'll be okay. As if anything could go wrong on Christmas Eve. Okay, you know I'm glad.
Hello everyone, tonight we're going to be playing some more Crusader Kings II, continuing as the Windish Empire, which I did the math and based on sort of my average, sort of how far we get per hour or on average, which is about an in-game decade. Well, that's between every stream of this game that I've done. We're roughly at like the midway point of this season. So this is going to be I believe the 12th part, and we've got about, and including this one, we've got about 10 to 11, and more streams over time to get through. Although, I did do my estimation based on the assumption of a 3-hour stream. And tonight's stream is going to be closer to 2 hours because I didn't actually start until 8 minutes ago, so now I'm trying to get done before at like 3 AM at the latest if I can. So like we're kind of to the point that we can largely just sit back and let our vassals all expand the realm. We've got 54% chance to imprison this guy. Because he has acted dishonorably towards me. Chief just Kenna, 56% chance, leader of the plot to kill the High Chief of Estonia. And the King of Estonia is also leader for plot. He's only got 1% chance of being imprisoned. And if he were to try, like, we can probably, for the most part, just go up to full speed. And just watch over things. Right. See, like, Lithuanian Holy War for Gallic. Where's Gallic exactly? Apparently against the Holy Roman Empire. So sure I'll make a move. Not even entirely sure who that is. I think she's just some random coruscant. And like, our vassals have been pretty effective at just waging their own wars, so you can probably, for the most part, just sit back until something major happens. Like, you know, when there's potentially another Great Holy War in about 30 years. So I need to give protests an education focus. See, it's got good traits for intrigue and stewardship. So let's see. Got base 4 intrigue and base 0 stewardship, so guess he's learning intrigue. Introducing use heir to realm. Yeah, that sounds like a good idea. You know, anything that will help our vassals trust the next emperor a bit more, certainly be useful. Sherman Antinous of Elitus is a renowned godly and learned vassal of yours. After having introduced himself to Libertas, Antinous approaches you with an offer. Antinous is willing to spend some time teaching Libertas some of the more intricate parts of the legends in exchange for your favor. Sure. I can deal with owing that guy a favor. It means getting a better heir, essentially. You know. Zabardas introduces himself to Shaman Antanas of Elitas. He not only accidentally spills a beverage on Antanas' shoes, but also manages to insult all of Antanas' ancestors. Wow. Sure, he'll be at least he's got that +1 on learning. Like that weak claim that can be pressed and part of. Oh, and he's. Yeah. I mean, admittedly, he's 12. So I feel like, honestly, it probably reflects more on the Emperor and Empress as his parents than on the kid. Because, you know, he's young enough that he can easily just say, oh, you know, he should have been taught better. Oh, also, Antanas was an apostate anyway. At least if this is. Oh, wait, that's a different Antanas, so. Okay. Archpriest Zigmanta of Lithuania has usurped the title of Theocracy of Chelmno from the chief candidatus of Marienburg. Seems as if Libertas has started getting along incredibly well with the child of one of the visiting vassals. Indeed, apparently Libertas and Quintabita as Valmentatus are becoming fast friends. So hey, at least you got a friend. And I've got an open council position for an advisor. This guy can be the advisor. Lots of your vassals have left, and Prince Libertas looks relieved. He's obviously exhausted from all the formalities, but having been introduced like this will hopefully serve him well in the future. So Bardas of the Windish Empire gets groomed to perfection until the 5th of February, 1151, giving the following effects: monthly prestige plus 0.5, a vassal opinion plus 4. Which we're probably... It looks like we're going to be able to choose a new ambition, and who Grace has granted a Caliph Ahmed a victory in the jihad for Egypt against Basilius Nicolaus of the Byzantine Empire. Caliph Ahmed has called for a month of celebration across the whole Muslim world. So apparently the jihad for Egypt was successful. We'll be able to choose a new ambition in about 3 years. Specifically, the 11th of May, 3 years from now, in 1134. Can it be this? Needs a childhood focus. First I need to wait for the game to finish auto-saving. His base stats are intrigue and stewardship, so let's give him the thrift focus. So now probably just gonna be waiting a good 3 years. Yeah, just gotta wait for our heir to manage aging into an adult. Well, then we can switch to some other ambition. See, I'm planning a special occasion with my lover, but my wife is quite insistent on alternate plans. Who's more important to me, my lover or my wife? Let's see. 25% chance of relationship penalty with that'll lower our relationship by about half. Yeah, I'm just gonna go for the 50-50 chance of breaking off the love affair. They say that it did not happen, as we still have a lover in addition to our wife. Apparently our wife is Sumanusko as opposed to Remuva. Let's just have her convert. You know, keep the entire royal family under one and religion. Also, I think also it's an autosaves that are probably slowing down our rate of actually getting through more than like a decade per stream. So any way I can. Okay, I can in fact like lower down the number of autosaves. I'm pretty sure this is Iron Man, so you know you would think it would have a set autosave rate. So no one of real interest to righteously in prison. See. Okay, who's trying to kill my wife? See, intrigue, known plots. Not seen anybody so far. Here we go. It's this random lady over here. How about you not do that? You know, how about you not try and kill the Empress Consort? You bet your scheming was misdirected. Like, why were you even trying to do that? You're the heiress to the small chiefdom on our borders. What could you possibly even gain from just sort of murdering our empress? Other than possibly bringing the crushing weight of the entire Windish Empire down upon your head. Especially since Oh yeah, they do still have a almost like 5,500 event spawn troops. I get the feeling that just as soon as that guy keels over, those event spawn troops will probably go with them. So, if you really want to, you can probably take over the entire chiefdom. Let's see. This kid's best based as learning, so let's go with faith. Of course, there's got to be a religious uprising at least once. Oh, it's a pretty strong one too. I'm gonna have to call in my vassal levies and needs to deal with this one. From the looks of it. Right. Mikova has become an elusive shadow. And Mikova likes doing things her own way, and often takes it personally and gets angry when others offer opinions. I'll try and get her to become diligent. Oh, interesting. Even though she's not the heir, that counted as grooming an heir, so let's... You know what? Let's go with build a great work, because that's something to actually actively work towards. Towards a bit. At the very least, you know, we get to actively set something up and watch it finish. Right. New chancellor. No powerful vassals are looking for positions, so let's just put another guy with the best stat for it in there. Okay. Almost got all the levies in one place. Now to crush this rebellion. What's happening over here? Oh, I think. Oh yeah, one of my vassals is fighting a holy war, so you know the Knights Templar have to show up. Since they decided to target a Catholic nation. Right. Rebels dealt with. Wandering warrior from another bloodline. Now let's to build a great work. We can build a great temple, ruler statue, grand fortress. Although most of this we're gonna have to save up for, or if we want to build it. I guess I mean we're pretty close to getting whichever one we want. So I guess the big question is whether we want a testament to the prestige of its builders. This temple can improve your subjects' opinion of you and lower revolt risk. Oh, well, that sounds real useful. Just to have lower revolt risk. You know what, I think I might actually... I'm going to go with a temple. I might actually build it on a holy site if I can, Today I was approached by my brother Dennis. Apparently he is concerned about my health and thinks that I'm becoming too frail and thin. If I keep eating so little, he said, as I will soon no longer be able to wield a sword, pleasure a woman, or even just go out riding. So let's see. Can go with the paranoid option. I'm gonna go with the option that doesn't involve potentially just sort of wasting away. So let's see, I think we need to wait a little while. I don't know if we become fat. Okay, so we've got to wait a little while. Oh, before we can build a great temple. I kind of want to build it on the multitude of holy sites we have. Because we're only lacking one of our faith's holy sites. I'm pretty sure it's the one that's just like really far away. So not maybe build it like right here or something. Hang on this island over here. Yeah, particularly since that one has a county capital that I currently control, so they'll make sure that it's actually mine once it's done. It looks like I forgot to disband some people. Which, once again, have to put a powerful vassal. Oh, and they've inherited the Kingdom of Lithuania. This guy can be the advisor. Got another powerful vassal looking for a position. So I guess let's put this guy right here. Oh boy, we've got malcontent. Oh, Nikisa Nikolov Arpad is no longer able to participate in the Lithuanian Holy War for Gallic as his liege. Main goal to imitate or join the war as defender. I'm not even entirely sure what that means. Oh. It was inconclusive is what that means. Okay. Let's invest in religious customs, shipbuilding, and infantry and cavalry. During this evening's council meeting, Sir Romantic was told us a rumor he had encountered. The peasants speak of an artifact hidden not far away from here. The specifics of Romantic his information are uncertain, but perhaps this would be worth investigating. Yeah, let's send them off to find an artifact. Okay, good. We no longer have any malcontents on the council, and I'm ill. Okay, I think there's somebody. Either we've got oh, there is somebody that. What are these guys doing over there? We're still. Oh, I think it might just not be updated yet. Yeah, there we go. Now we're no longer losing a bunch of money due to levies that are just sort of scattered around. I think it might be because I inherited the Kingdom of Lithuania. Robertus has finished his education in the ways of entry. You could notice with pride that he has attained nothing less than a masterful level of knowledge. Right. He needs to get married. You kind of want to maybe invite somebody from outside the realm, but at the same time, they're not going to be Remover. So let's see. His worst as stewardship, so let's maybe get my wife that knows a thing or two about stewardship. See. Quinter's is better than he is. That's when it comes to stewardship. That's about it. But she's also close to his age. So. I'm gonna go for the money this time. So that we can hopefully get throwing like a couple hundred gold that we need to be able to build this great work soon. In 1926. It's probably by the end of this current year. There's a jihad for Delhi. Huh. Oh, the Bengal Empire. So, it may not be a concern of ours, but it's certainly interesting. And it's just sort of see two massive empires, one from Arabia and the other from India, duking it out. Oh, apparently I mean, I'm not entirely surprised. You know, just this once I'm gonna let an episode go because purely because it's my wife. But like, I'm not surprised that she was caught reading Sumonosuko literature, given that she used to be Sumonosuko. You know, before she converted. I mean, it doesn't sound like the conversion and actually really went through all that much. It's probably been building this temple for its to, you know, revolt won't risk his decreasing properties. I should probably check to make sure that that if it's like, you know, specific to the county or something, that you know, I build it somewhere with a high revolt risk. Let's see. Temples. First get to one actually for a religion. Yeah, it's all local revolt risk stuff. So we'd probably want to actually not place it in the... So we'd actually want to place it maybe somewhere that's, interestingly enough, of a different religion, since they're the ones causing most of the revolt problems. I assume local revolt risk is just the specific county, not like you know, if you place it in the, say, the capital for the entire her kingdom or something. Yeah, it's like it's just a particular county, so switch to the religion in map mode. Maybe like somewhere in this area or something. Because if you place it Somewhere. Actually, is it any? Yeah, here we go. Revolt risk map mode. Let's see. Minimum revolt risk. A 5%. Let's see. Probably this one, right? Probably this spot right here, maybe. We really want to go for reducing revolt risk. Well, interestingly, that's you remove a province. It's just got a heightened revolt risk from peasant unrest. So maybe let's actually go for somewhere else, somewhere that has a high penalty for the that has a high revolt risk from, you know, different culture and religious group. So maybe somewhere like Izborsk. I kind of wanted to be somewhere in my dements, so see if there's anywhere in my dements that has a problem. And this place over here in Chad is a very high risk of revolt, but that's not our concern. Let's see. Every time we crush a revolt, the revolt risk stops. That was for most of the country. So I think actually it's that just shows our dynasty for the entire empire, because it's the dynasty of the emperor. Oh, here we go. Yeah, everything that says Windish Empire directly. Dang, Estonia has a lot of land. You know, it's kind of probably their powerful vassal. Like, let's, for instance, see. Oh, okay. They don't normally have a revolt risk there. Honestly, it seems like the best thing to do to lower revolt risk is to just try and convert as much as we can. And particularly the high-risk provinces like Izborsk. If we're not going for a great temple, let's maybe go for something in Vilnius. The temple can also improve your subjects' opinion of you. So that could be good. Grand Fortress. Make the province much harder to conquer. Their added facilities can improve considerably the military capabilities of its owner. Great walls protect the province from against besieging enemy armies. Let me double check what exactly we can get from the Great Temple. Well, let's see. It's pretty much all just like maybe zealous opinion, same religion opinion, custodian of the temple minor title. Maybe we actually go for something else. We've got 19 learning and scholar, so maybe a nice like university or something could be really good. Like a university, or maybe a library. See, Grand University. Tolerance level is greater or equal to 3. So we actually can't. And to go with the Grand University. Unless we improve our tolerance, that is by one level. So maybe that can be our goal. It's actually, well, once he's done with his cooldown. Oh hey, got this guy to convert to Remover. It's making progress on that front. But actually, let's send Spymaster. Have to do some research in Byzantium over in Constantinople, which apparently has Hagia Sophia. They've got historic landmarks on. And one of my vassals has started waging war again. We need to get our tolerance up to 3 before we can build a university. Culture technology spread rate 100 plus 125%, so more than doubled just as soon as December rolls around. and then we can get our diviner to start to researching cultural tech. Just 11 more in-game days. Wait. Send them over to Vilnius. So that you can get that increased speed. Need to gain tolerance a bit faster. I don't really care that much about that weak claim right now. Right. Valda needs childhood focus. Her best stats are intrigue and stewardship, so thrift it is. Okay, we should have plenty of money to start working on the university once we get the tech for it. It's just a matter of time. We need to, we're gaining 1.68 need culture advancement points. Means per month. Only need 210. Just denounce that child. Well, so no, but you never know. Maybe this artifact that's being retrieved, maybe will be useful for this somehow. It probably won't. I think most artifacts just improve your prestige and maybe piety, but maybe, and maybe this one will bump our diplomacy up or something. Just as soon as it's actually retrieved. I told Valda to stay at home, but just as I finished purchasing my gift at her, I turn around and Zero trying to hide from me. The surprise is ruined. Let's have a serious talk. Valda seems regretful that she disobeyed me. It hopefully won't happen again. There's hope for the child. Just gotta, like, my steward Romantis has sought me out with his concerns regarding the search for the relic. Romantis has asked me to issue a decree allowing his treasure hunters to appropriate the resources and men they need from the local burghers. There's a, yeah, you can do that. You know, it should speed the process up. Let's see. Triniotis needs an education focus. His best base stat is intrigue, and he's got a good trait for it, so now he's going to be going into intrigue. I mean, our national tax. Oh, there's finally no longer just sort of young Vikings and just sort of chilling in our land anymore. Sweet. You know, this way our proud to remove a nation is no longer, playing host to a different religion's holy order. Son was born, Kilibertus. You've got we've got 2 grandkids from our heir. Just gotta hope that current emperor's actually gonna last long enough to build his university at this rate. Do you mean we're gaining points towards attack that we need at a steady rate? It's just a slow, steady rate. It's supposed to be gaining points towards the thing, gaining more than twice as fast. Let's see, this kid's got good stewardship. Yeah, very good base stewardship. You know, let's just teach him about stewardship. As much as he's got good traits for the other focuses, as he's got, base 6 stewardship. John Romantis has returned and brought out with him an ancient rusty sword. He has proof that it once belonged to a great hero. By adding it to my collection, it will surely make me the envy of the known world. Let's see. Yeah, sure. I will ensure he is suitably rewarded. Let's see what it is that we got. Oh, just ancient rusty weapon. It doesn't even tell you who wielded it. Created unknown date. An ancient but rusty weapon. It once belonged to a great hero, but is now only fit for display in a collection. And so let's see, monthly prestige plus 0.5. That's about as I expected. And now it's just now the only thing we're waiting on is Tolerance 3 so that we can build this university. So our current rate is going to be like 50 months before we gain it. See. Okay, sure. Let's have this Estonian kid and my daughter be betrothed. It's gonna be a while before we can get it without any assistance from our spy master over here in Constantinople. Which is only 5.40% chance that he's gonna actually get us anything, any of those like lump sums of points. So it looks like it's gonna be another like 50 months. Unless of course we gain any significant progress towards it just getting filled on its own. So it's looking like the Emperor may very well die before we even get started on this university. Hey, maybe his son can just pick up the mantle. Well, if he doesn't. I mean, you don't get, I mean, you elders don't get a vote in who gets to become emperor anyway. And the imperial title is primogeniture. I took a good look at myself and thought about my weaknesses and strengths. After many hours of soul searching, I realized I have nothing to be ashamed of. Gain 70% chance of getting proud, which is another 0.5 monthly prestige, or I have many strengths but more weaknesses. I think we'll go with proud to gain more monthly prestige. Which this kid's best stats are learning and martial. What does a 12-year-old have to be depressed about? Like, how rough is this 12-year-old's life? If he's not even, like, an adult yet and he's already depressed. So that could be because he's brooding. Let's see. His base martial is great, but he's got 2 bad traits for martial, so let's go with learning, I guess. As much as brooding is also going to give him a penalty in that pursuit. Yeah, like, we're not able to get this filling up any faster. Like, we're not close enough to somewhere that already has it or something. Let's see, as he's growing older, I can see that Triniotis could use some guidance at one of my experience areas, learning. This is my chance to make an effort for the sake of his education, but what can I offer? Well, let's see. Gains erudite, and I gain stubborn. See. I'll just have him learn on his own. Because rather not have a penalty to my diplomacy. Yeah. Still quite some time before we'll actually gain that last bit of, I mean, there's still this is just over a 1 in 20 chance that the Spy Master will get a nice lump sum of, but actually less than a 5.40% chance the Spy Master will get us a just nice lump sum of culture points. Excursion is key to a successful love affair, but we had apparently not been as discreet as we should have been. Ours had somehow found out about me and my lover and confronted me about it, demanding I would break it up. Yeah, I'm gonna side with breaking up the love affair. Like, if we could, even if we could just, like, get up to partially filled, like, 40% instead of 30%, that would be a great increase. But, maybe Maybe I should see if I can maybe shuffle council around a little. You know, just make sure that everybody, all 4 powerful vassals in the realm have a position, but get somebody with better intrigue into near the spy master position if possible. Like for instance, High Chief Conrad has 9 intrigue. It's not great, but it's better. In fact, actually, Minigala the Noble has the best. See something comes in mind. Spy Master. Like he could. Well, I mean, now Marshall's abilities are kind of shit, but it's the best I can do in regards to trying to get. You know, now I've got 10 almost 10% chance yearly of a random one of 3 different lump sums of tech points. Like, all we need is to get one of those lump sums once. Okay, looks like I'm gonna send you a gift. And if you accept my gift and then you know, stop being a problem. Well, honestly, it looks like the biggest problem is this asshole. So perhaps let's just start a little bit of a plot. Granted, we don't necessarily have the greatest. Well, I mean, third best as intrigue. But do we have much of the people we can get to join in? That's the question. We got this guy that can provide 2 new points in exchange for some gold. But yeah, it's mostly just some people that I can bribe into giving me a small amount of points towards the assassination. Oh, it's 71%. That's not terrible. Like, not as terrible as it looked initially. Read a book. Well, let's try and sway his spy master. She's got a very good opinion of him, so it would take a lot to get her to turn against him. Like, if these guys would just, like, stop with being on a faction. You know, maybe Sir Conrad could, maybe High Chief Conrad could just not. My liege, during my stay in Vilnius, I have found a great philosopher who has agreed to help me with my studies and to enhance culture in the country. Yes, absolutely. Alright, we've got the points. Wait, and I've become a poet. So I just saw something about Greater Poland getting like usurped, but maybe he usurped something instead. Right now we can build that university. It'll take 27 years. In fact, if he lives to see its completion, then there's a high likelihood that the current emperor might just keel over soon after it's done. But hey, at least it'll be there for future generations. My son is becoming an intricate web weaver. Ooh, and it looks like more people have joined in on our plot. And we've got another guy that we can bribe. Maybe for another 10%. And as well. And 6%. Oh. Jihad against the Bengal Empire was successful. And also, now that we're no longer working towards getting Tolerance 3, we can bring our Spy Master home. Oh, but wait. Wait, now. No. This guy's Spy Master. So he can just, I believe it's Poznan. Yeah. That's capital. So build Spy Master in Poznan. Then I think somebody just left of the plot. Either that or they ended up in a position where they've got less plot power. Sure, I'll spend some gold, which I mean, we don't have a lot anymore because we spent a whole bunch on building a university. I think somebody might have left the plot. Unfortunately, they're unwilling to join back up. And of course, because there's gotta be at least one per stream. Name at this point, we've got. Oh boy, it's simultaneously both. Orthodox and Catholic uprisings. However, neither of them look particularly strong this time around. Oh wait, I was looking at the wrong people. Well, at least over here. Because the Catholic uprising has quite a few people all on board. Guess we better get everybody into like an adjacent province. Oh, there's now a crusade for Egypt. After there was already a successful jihad for it. There earlier this stream. I just gotta get all our troops where they need to be. Then we can just hopefully just crush this rebellion in real quick. Right. I think I've got at least a couple people I can pay to have them to join. And my plot to kill my rival. Ooh, even more people. All that I've just sort of skipped over before. So it should be, yep, we're over 100% plot power, so it should be happening soon. Okay, looks like the Orthodox people are actually, looks like our vassals have the Orthodox uprising pretty well under control, so just focus on the Catholics. Right. Just gonna send everybody in. Yep. Orthodox uprising is already defeated before we even actually personally did anything. And Desprungus decided to try and sacrifice himself for me. Though I was fully on board with dueling that guy. Right. Oh, and these guys just got out in position, so we have idle council members. My marshal needs something to do. He can, you know what? He can suppress those revolts. Maybe over in this area. Let's see. Yeah, he can suppress revolts over here. is it's currently got local revolt risk plus 20%. As he is growing older, I can see that this Vilka could use some guidance in some of my experience areas. It will require hard work and may not always be appreciated, but this is my chance to make no sacrifice for the sake of this Vilkas. Let's see. He'll become ambitious, but he'll become my rival. Make him diligent, but he'll become stressed. I can have him become patient, but I'll be out of patience. That's for 5 years. You know what? Have him become diligent. And there's already another Orthodox uprising. Oh well. At least by not having her be burned at the stake for apostasy, he got her lasted a little bit longer. See, like a childhood focus. He can go for faith since he's got good base learning from the looks of it. Monument and showing Romantis promise is finished. The shape of the statue seems a bit off as it is unveiled. Some of the crowd now seem confused. Is a giant ear with the inscription, "It listens." Best monument. Just massive ear in the capital courtyard in the capital or something. And I'm ill again. Oh, looks like these guys didn't even need to make the trip. The uprising has already been handled. Just gonna disband the unit. Let's see how the murder plot is going. 112.3%. Nobody they can bribe to join. I doubt he'll listen to me if I try to obligate him, given that he's my rival and is therefore at negative 100 opinion. So killing him is pretty much the best option I've got. Let's see how that. It's 5.7% done. Tro's can marry. I'm no longer ill. Here we're getting close to less than 3 centuries left to go before we get to 1444. So, let's see. She's got good stewardship. Yeah, her best base stat seems to be stewardship, so she can learn more about that. Speaking of stewardship, we need a new steward. Right, doesn't look like we have any powerful vassals looking for position. So let's just go with this guy, as he's he's got the best skills for the job. You know what? It's actually... Let's actually send... Oh wow. Pretty much everybody... Pretty much everybody... They just hates the idea of... Like... There's no specific explanation as to why. They just all suck. Plain and simple. They just all suck. So you know what? By favor. Not willing to accept my offer. Let's see. Just not seeing the option to buy. Oh, because it's super expensive, that's why. Again, I'm not seeing. Okay, there we go. It's not willing to accept the offer. Also not willing to accept the offer. Alright. So let's see. He... So let's see, I think if I call in these favors that I just bought... Oh, also, I need a new marshal now. So, you know what? Is it loyalist? Is it the actual appointment of the council may change? See. Alright, so we've got 2 yes votes. Those from the looks of it. Though interestingly, this says that he's returning a favor for Jadidus of Yetvingia, who's voting no. Alright, so call in council support. Call in council support. It's got 4 yes votes. So no, start the voting. And we should be good. I mean, what mechanically, what does marginal status of women do? This is just something alright, it's law. Let's see. Okay, so I guess one thing it changed is that women can now be spy masters. I see. It basically adds in more and more council positions, because when it says occupying background positions behind the people in charge, it means that they can have an important position as long as it's being sneaky. You know, they can't become, for instance, chancellor or steward until, well, they can get up to significant status. Young Evalda is very easily satisfied and obviously lacking in ambition. Make her more charitable, or give her a chance to ends up becoming charitable. You know what? Let's go with that. Chief Canterbury just smiles at you. My liege, I have noticed your mind seems to drift off whenever we discuss monetary issues. I believe that to make things interesting, one must be introduced to the subject where it is directly relevant to oneself. Perhaps you would like to join me tomorrow on a full day's work. Sure. Maybe it'll get me some stewardship. Or even diplomacy or something. Earning trust is earning gold. -2 intrigue. Nah. Rather not lose any intrigue. Instead, maybe you could squeeze them for some more. Gain greedy. And lose charitable. Not sure. Go with that. Today, Chief Canterbury brings you to the nearest construction site to evaluate progress. Chief Canterbury notices that the builders are lagging behind the agreed schedule and proceeds to question them. The builders complained about the weather and want more pay to cover the delays. Right. This one cannot predict the weather. Lose paranoid and become trusting. Nah. Build a site you will never work again. I will just go with the one that changes nothing. Friend has come to visit the Chief Canterbury this evening. Many of you have a good time discussing your experiences over a fine evening meal. The visitor nods at you, saying, "How lucky you are, arcaneArtist, to have a liege that understands your work. This cooperation should benefit the both of you." It wasn't for me, it feels like stealing. I can go back to being charitable and gain the trait shy. Or, I hated it, we should just kill all the peasants and take their money. That's not a good option. So I guess I'm going back to being charitable. Oh boy. It would appear that we've still got 111.9% plot power. So should still have a decent chance of actually killing the guy, even though he's in hiding now. Because I guess he caught on to our plot at some point. But you know what? Maybe I should just take out the guy in charge of both of the big. Oh wow! Just automatically 117.2. Right. They've still got that sway going on. Should probably cancel that soon, especially since I'm not even targeting her like employer anymore. 385.4% and plot power. My co-conspirator, John Brzig, has let me know that Lord Mayor Remgalov Rockclot will die by poisoned wine in an upcoming banquet. This better work, because if I would be amazed if this doesn't work with how much plot power. Seriously? Failure. Lord Mayor Rumgala of Rockclaw did not drink the wine, but was unable to cover the conspiracy. At least we didn't get found out. So I'm spending a pleasant moment alone with the attractive cook, like the wretched child Jevna that comes upon. This probably starts chiding me about morals. Well, hey, at least we should get another shot at it fairly soon. What, with a 385.4% plot power? Sure, try the poisoned wine thing again. And my son, Vilkas has requested to join the chosen of Percunus in their war against the unbelievers, even though this will forever disinherit him. Is he even in the line of succession? Because I mean, he's a bastard. So absolutely go forth and fight for Percunus. Really? He still didn't drink the wine this time either? We need to try something else, obviously. Yes, good. Blow him up. He can't, surely he won't just not go in the house or something. I will swallow my tongue when a friendly courier pays his respects to me. He thought I was displeased with that. Then he left perplexed. Oh yeah, because I became shy. Really? Failure. Lord Mayor Caleb discovered the manure and avoided the explosion. Thankfully, my role in this remains unknown. That's 3 times in a row of just... Alright, sure. 3rd time's the charm. Try the poisoned wine thing again. Maybe, you know, get him a little tipsy on some non-poisoned wine first. And he'll actually... Seriously, why is my target the freaking Rasputin of the Windish Empire? Like, does he just not drink? Is that it? Because this is the 4th time we're trying to poison him with his wine. And the 4th time it's failing. Of all the people to be leading 2 major plots, as an esteemed Emperor 18th as of the Windish Empire, I wish to forsake my old religion and lead Denmark to its rightful place amongst the civilized realms. I humbly request the Windish Empire's assistance to ensure a peaceful transition to the remove of faith. Absolutely, my dude. If you wanna turn Proto-Finland to wherever you are, where is Finnmark? Because I don't even see it on the map anywhere. I've received word from my co-conspirator Shaman Rumgala that the bowmen are in place and waiting for the right moment to strike at Lord Rumgala. Please let this kill him. Please let this man die by the end of this stream at least. Oh, there's Finnmark. I could have sworn it was like Proto-Finland, but it's not even in Scandinavia. The conversion of Finnmark. Your priests have done their best to introduce High Chief Sarek's people to your gods and to teach them how to place the spirits of the wild surrounding them. You can only hope that they will stay true to their word and please the gods according to tradition, lest ill luck befalls them. Emperor Vatanus will be known as the Legendary. Gain 200 piety. Removal gains +3 moral authority for 10 years. Seriously. This dude just refuses to die. Like, we have so much plot power, but still cannot kill him. Seriously, we need to stop trying the poisoned wine. It's just wasting time at this point. My co-conspirator Shaman Rumgala has procured a venomous viper and sends word that it will soon dig its fangs into Lord Mayor Rumgala. Please let him just be oblivious to the snake. Come on. I need this man dead. Failure, Lord Mayor Rumgala. I managed to evade the snake and the guards caught the serpent as it tried to slither away. The seller was identified and has revealed my conspiracy. seriously. And he's only got 4 intrigue. like how is he surviving all of this? Is it because he's craven? Is that it? Which I at least... Well, I mean... There's no longer... His 2 factions are no longer that threatening, but... At this point, I am determined to end this man. Again, we probably just stop with the poisoned wine. Like, unless we're just hoping that someday he slips up and drinks the right wine. Like seriously. Seriously, how has this lowborn Lord Mayor ended up being, like, borderline unkillable? The man has 4 intrigue and 12 and a negative 12 personal combat skill, and yet he's survived probably close to like 10 assassination attempts in rapid succession at this point. Again, I don't think my rival is going to listen to me when I try and obligate him. Right. Say... Say thrift. I mean, he already knew I was trying to kill him before now. Like, we really need to just stop with the poison wine. Because I'm starting to think he might just be like a complete non-alcoholic or something. Because we've tried the poisoned wine so many times. Finally, I think I will celebrate with beer. About time. Alright, I'd say that's a good note to finish the stream on. Finally killed the friggin' Rasputin of the Windish Empire. So, next CK2 stream will be... Oh, and we managed to get pretty much exactly to the 300 years away from the 1444 mark. But next stream of CK2 will be next Saturday. The next stream in general will be something I've sort of been working on for, you know, the spooky month. I'll give more details about it, you know, Tuesday night. But for now, I'm gonna thank you all for watching and find somebody to raid. Well, I mean, these last couple streams there hasn't really been anyone else live with the CK2 because, you know, everybody who was streaming is doing CK3 now. Well, I think there is somebody else, but they're streaming in Russian. You know what? Why not? I'm just gonna throw them a raid just on the off chance that anybody here knows enough Russian to get something out of viewing this person's content. I don't. Like, I've picked up a little bit of Russian from, like, I think it was Age of Empires 3, back when I used to play that, before I even started streaming, but, you know, not enough to really understand pretty much anything this person is going to be saying.